Welcome to another segment of Chop It Up with the Chairman. Hi, I'm Chairman Oz Nesbitt, and on this segment, we are super excited. Our very own guest this time is Steezo, who is a born and raised native of Rockdale County. Steezo is all over the arts, culture, and entertainment community and industry throughout Metro Atlanta and beyond. And we're so honored to have her as our guest. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Chop It Up with the Chairman, Steezo. It's been a minute. You've been so busy. Your schedule hadn't allowed for you to get in here and talk with us and tell us about all of the things that you have going on in the area of arts, culture, and entertainment. And just before we jump into that, I want you to tell the audience a little bit about who Steezo is, your connection here, born and raised, a native of Rockdale County. Talk to us about your humble beginning.
All right, so I would definitely say I am a Rockdale lover. I have been here my whole life pretty much, and I'll just say I'm a music artist. I rap, I sing, I dance a little bit, I act a little bit, and I'm definitely an activist.
Wow, you got a lot going on. And I guess that really embodies the whole culture of arts, culture, and entertainment. I didn't know about all of those things you mentioned, not just a rapper, but also a singer. You actually sing, and I think there's a big difference. Talk to us about the difference between rapping and singing. Some rappers can sing, but not every singer can rap.
That's real. But singing is a lot more difficult. Singing is one of those things where you really have to practice. You really have to learn how to hit those notes the right way. Rapping is almost like talking. As long as you're able to, make a good bar, one or two, you can be a good rapper. But singing is a whole nother level. And I trained myself how to sing. So I definitely rapped first, but I wanted to learn how to sing. It was harder.
Well, Steezo, that speaks to the gift that you're born with. I want to go back to something. Just talk a little bit more about your Rockdale County connection. Born and raised here, went to school here. Tell us about your time in local school in Rockdale County.
School was fun in Rockdale, to say the least. We had a ball. I had some great teachers. Last time we talked, I mentioned one of my favorite teachers. Her name was Coach Cody over at Salem High School. We're actually friends to this day. I see her out a lot, and it's pretty cool to have a teacher, who saw you kind of grow and come up. But yeah,
you just gave Coach Cody, you just got a shout out from Steezo. Absolutely, right here on Chop It Up with the Chairman. Tell us about your connection with Coach Cody.
She's great. She's supportive. Like I say, she saw me grow. She saw me come up. I wasn't exactly the greatest student, but she was always behind me, like pushing me to do better. And she still is today. So I appreciate her.
You talked about not maybe being the greatest student, but tell us, what was some of your interests when you were coming up here in local school? What were the things that you were most interested in as a young student here in Rockdale County Public Schools?
Surprisingly, it's language arts and literature. I love words, and I think that's what makes me such a good music artist, because I'm very serious about the words that I put in place and the feeling and the meaning or whatever that they evoke. So language arts, that was...
Well, Steezo, I'm not surprised to hear you say language arts. You're definitely a word master. I've listened to several pieces of your music, and you do some great work. Now, tell us about your matriculation beyond Rockdale into the entertainment business, and how one dot was connected to the next dot. In other words, Rockdale County Public Schools here into the entertainment business, and now you're all over the world.
Yeah. It's been crazy. I mean, from the journey of starting in Rockdale to where I am now, I mean, it's unexplainable. I'm thinking I was maybe 15 when I started here, to now I'm big 31. It's been crazy, but I've definitely taken a lot of the morals and values that I learned here, like the sense of community. I've taken with me. I think that something that I learned from the chairman that I can say that I brought into the industry is being a people person, understanding that it's a service, understanding that when people want to take pictures, that's a thing. Be nice to them, be kind to them. And my support system, all of my fans say that they love me for the way that I love them. So I think that that's something that I brought from Rockdale County, just a sense of community.
Well, that makes me feel good, and it really speaks volumes to the fact that you are also still a student. You're still keeping yourself in a learning position. I do appreciate you making mention of the interaction with people in the general public. Oftentimes when people see celebrities and big screen folks, they're a little cautious or sometimes hesitant as to whether they want to walk up to that person and take a picture with that individual. I think it should never be about the star or the celebrity, and it should always be about the people or the fans, and we put the spotlight on them because oftentimes people get caught up in their egos and they become a little arrogant, and they forget it's those folks out there who are buying your music, coming to your shows, supporting you. Those people contribute to your well-being and to your overall success.
They do.
So to stay humble and to acknowledge them. Absolutely. I really want to say thank you for doing that and understanding that, because it's going to make a difference. Before we move forward, you talked about Coach Cody, but I want you to really tell us, who is that person, Steezo, who has made a big impression upon your life, where you get most of your support and your drive to be who you are and go beyond? Who is that person, whether that person is in the past or the present? Who is that individual that really embodies the level of support that you need?
My mom. My mom is everything. She has supported me from day one. She hasn't always liked my choices, but she's always been there for them. So definitely her. The humbleness. She would whoop me if I ever, she used to tell me, we would go to concerts and stuff and the celebrities didn't want to take pictures. She would tell me, you better not ever do that. Don't let me catch you, not showing love to the people who love you. And so she definitely gave me some great morals, values, and she moved me to Rockdale County. So
well, that was a great decision for Mom to move you to Rockdale County. I say it all the time, there's only two kind of people, those that live in Rockdale
and those that don't.
Well, that's right.
I agree.
Or those that wish they lived in Rockdale County. So what's your mom's name?
My mom's name is Sarita.
Miss Sarita. All right, well, she really put a lot into you, and I can hear the passion coming out as you were describing your mom, but I also paid attention to your demeanor and the instruction that she has given. One of the things I think is important as we realize having support. Every person doesn't have support from a parent, parental support, whether they're in school or in the entertainment business or whatever their career is. And it may not just be limited to parental support, but there are folks out there who are married, or in relationships with other people, and sometimes you're not equally yoked, or sometimes you're not paired up or partnered up, should I say, with the right person who understands your gift, your dream, your passion, and sometimes people don't always have a support system that embraces what they do. You talked about Coach Cody. You gave a big shout out to your mom for being that support person.
I got one more shout out.
I want to hear who is that other person?
That other person is my wife, Talia, who is also from Rockdale, which is amazing. But my wife, we've been together for 12 years, married 5. And man, she's been there on good days and bad, rich days and poor days, and sick and healthy days as well. She is definitely my rock.
Well, I follow you all on social media. In fact, we follow each other.
We do.
And I noticed that with the amount of support she provides for you and to you, you also support her as well. Y'all have two different sets of directions, but you have a common ground.
Yes.
Tell us about that common ground.
That common ground is just love, gratitude, respect, understanding. We really want to see each other do well in this world. And so that's it. No matter what, no matter either side, no matter where she pulls, where I pull, we have that unifying bond that's just, I'm here for you. I love you. I care about you. I want you to win. And in any way I can help, I'm there.
Well, that's wonderful to be able to say that. You've got 3 very solid people in your life. Coach Cody, certainly your mother,
absolutely,
and now your wife. That means a lot
and
to be
the chairman.
And the chairman, absolutely. I'm here for you, absolutely. So now that we talked about your start in Rockdale County, and I do appreciate, because I pay attention to the work that you do all over the region, the state, and abroad, you always mention Rockdale County and the city of Conyers.
Oh, yeah.
Some people don't always do that. When they make it to the big screen, they forget about all of us small and little people down here. But I do appreciate you mentioning and referencing Rockdale County, as you just did. You talked about Coach Cody, the impact she had on you during schooling. You referenced your mom. You give a shout out to Tay, and in terms of your roots, and that's really, really important. Now, let's shift a little bit.
Okay.
So I want you to tell us, number one, what's the top 3 big projects that Steezo is working on right now? Give me your top 3. You got a lot going on, but I want to hear about the top 3.
Top 3.
Yes.
Top 3. So I have to say this one. So I'm making a visual EP. It's dropping November 17th. Exciting thing about that, I came back to Rockdale to film the video, and I did it at a gas station. There were so many like young men outside the gas station. I kind of pulled them. I'm like, come on, come be in a music video. The music video is awesome, so awesome. And I really felt like I connected back to my roots, you know, being with all the youngsters in the city. It was really, really cool. So I do have that, the visual EP coming out.
Now you keep me relevant. You keep me relevant by being around. And I appreciate it because you educate me.
Oh, yeah.
But educate me a little bit more. What is EP?
EP is like a short album. An EP usually never has more than maybe 7 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So just a short musical project, but I'm going to make it a visual project as well as an audio project.
Well, just in case there's somebody in this viewing audience that, like myself, that didn't know exactly what an EP is.
That was great.
Okay,
that was
very
great.
good.
Those are music terms for sure.
Very good. So that was number 1. You have 2 more to go. Give me the second one.
So my music is going to be featured in a movie. And the premiere is in New York this month as well. So my music has definitely finally made it to a big picture.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that.
So you're headed to New York.
I'm headed to New York.
All right.
Yeah, I'm headed to New York, and that's amazing. I'm excited to be a part of the movie, and it's kind of about the community. First time we get a real community movie in the theater, so excited about that.
Okay.
Let's see, another one. Is it music-wise or can it be life-wise?
We can be life-wise. It's up to you. It's your story. This is all about you.
Well, it's big to me. So with all the music things going on, my wife and I are actually working on having a child. So.
Okay. All right. Very good. That's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah, it's big.
Right. You're already juggling a lot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's a lot to consider because guess what? That's a game changer.
Oh, I know.
That's a game changer.
I know.
Tell us about the start of your arts, culture, and entertainment when I go back to the tape. Talk about the tape.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I can't even believe I forgot the tape. So I engineered a line of medical grade breast tape. It provides a lift or a bind. It has, that's actually like my pot of gold right there. Sometimes I don't even think about it. That's the kind of money you make in your sleep. I encourage everybody to find something where they can make money in their sleep. But yes, titty tape, therealtittytape.com if you would like some. But it is a bra replacement. It works fantastically. You have a low cut dress. You can put it on with that and it'll just support you the way you need it to.
Well, Steezo, I'll tell you, we're entering into the major ball season where ladies are wearing gowns and going into a lot of holiday events and festive events. And I know that your tape will provide that extra support to complement the different styles of dress wear, particularly for women. Tell us again where they can find the tape, and you also have it in an array of colors too.
I do. I love you. Okay, so I have 17 colors, 3 different sizes. So if you need to match it up, or you are a little busty, you got a bigger breast, you can definitely use my bigger sizes. And it's the real, THE. Real, REAL, titty tape, TITTYTAPE.com.
And the last piece I want to mention about your tape is you have the natural skin colors as well as colors.
As colors.
Tell us about those skin tone colors you have too.
So the flesh tones, they come in 3 different tones. And they blend. It's whatever you need. You won't see them. It's comfortable. it's worth having. I haven't worn a bra since 2016, so I highly recommend. I truly do. Like, I'm definitely the spokesperson for my own product. It works, and it's genuinely worth it. I've made a lot of people happy over the years.
Like I say, can't nobody promote you better than you. So you got a lot of things, a lot of good things, I must say, going on. And what's next for Steezo? Tell us. We're on the brink. We're closing out 2023, and we're getting ready to transition in a good way over into 2024. What can we anticipate seeing from Steezo?
So just a global takeover. It's the craziest thing. I've got the right people behind me, making the right moves, smart moves. I'm pretty sure I'll be mainstream in 2024.
I want to talk a little bit more about mainstream. We'll be back in a second. You're watching another segment of Chop It Up with the Chairman. I'm Chairman Oz Nesbitt. Our featured guest is our very own native, Rockdale native, Steezo. We'll be right back in just a moment. Welcome back to Chop It Up with the Chairman. I'm Chairman Oz Nesbitt. Our guest on this segment is none other than Rockdale's very own Steezo, who born and raised in Rockdale County. Steezo, we were just talking about, before we went to break, we were talking about mainstream. You entering into the mainstream world of media, arts, culture, and entertainment. You shared with us the fact that this month you're making your way to New York, of all places. 2024 is just a few moments away from us. We're wrapping up, finishing up strong 2023, but we're getting ready to go over into 2024 in a positive way. Tell us, what does 2024 have on the horizon for Steezo and this whole mainstream thing? Talk a little bit about that.
So basically, being mainstream means that you are on the radio, you are on TV, you're pretty much everywhere. I got a new team, and the team is excellent. I want to say a major shout out to Drums. It started off a headphone company, but they decided that they wanted to get into artists, and I'm their first artist. And so that's really exciting for me. But just being mainstream at this point is just being a superstar. You know, I've been doing this for the better of 15 years. And, you know, I'm seasoned at this point. I have checked off, you know, all the things that I need to as an artist. And, you know, I qualify.
So when you're not on stage, you're not in the studio, what does Steezo do for Steezo?
Man, so I relax. I am the type of person, because I work hard. Being a music artist, you're constantly thinking, you're constantly going, constantly moving. So when I can like sit down, I sit. And I enjoy watching a little TV. But I'm definitely, like we were talking about it, I'm very private. You know, I think that it's nice to keep a piece of something for yourself. Don't tell the world everything, because once the world knows everything, they really feel like they know you, and they try to, like, you know, break you down or dissect every single detail. So definitely keep a piece for me. But when I'm relaxing, I am relaxing. I'm literally doing nothing.
It took me a while to understand that, being such a passionate people person. I tell people all the time, I'm not a politician. I'm a public servant. And one thing I do understand is that leadership is lonely. For entertainers, people who are on the big screen, who are in the music industry, you have a fan base, you have followers, but you have to take that time out. And I think that's what I heard you say a moment. Save a little bit of something for yourself. I've had to practice that, because one of the things I say in my world of people all the time that, and I say this to my wife and my family a lot, because people, you know, they see the crowd, okay, the Team Oz, the supporters, and that keeps me humble, and it helps me stay grounded, because to have that many people supporting you is a huge thing, and I don't take it for granted.
Absolutely.
But what people don't realize about me is that I am probably 10 times as private than I am as public. I like seclusion. Leadership is lonely in a natural way. Because at 8 o'clock, people will love you. At 8:15, those same people can hate you.
That's right.
And you got to have thick skin to be in this business. This business, very much to the world of entertainment and being a celebrity,
it's political too.
It's all political. Life is political. Raising a family is political. Being in a church is political. A community is political. But what people don't understand, leadership is lonely, because, you know, in one moment, you're the star of the show. And then in another moment, you're the star of the show. And that can be either good or bad.
Yeah.
And when you are local, tangible and touchable people like we are, as soon as I do something that's not so good, you're going to get a call say, ain't that your boy?
Yeah.
I just heard about your boy.
That's
Ain't
real.
that your boy? Can you believe that's your boy? And they make it so local and make it so personal. You know, I've learned over the years when I've received those calls about many people that I've known to say, well, yeah, that's my boy. He's still my boy. She's still my girl.
Yeah.
They human.
Yeah, I was going to say,
you know,
nobody can tell me anything
what
about
they've
you.
done. I may not support what they've done or what they're doing, but I ain't going to stop loving them and believing in them. They may have made a mistake.
Yeah.
The difference with people who are not in the spotlight, they're not in the spotlight. Nobody knows about their mistake. They're making the same mistakes a lot of times every day.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that saving a little bit for yourself.
It's necessary. I think it keeps you just kind of mentally stable or just grounded because you are giving yourself so much. You got to smile here, smile there. You know, every day isn't a good day, but when you're a celebrity, you still got to smile. You know, the people can't know what's going on around you. So saying keeping a peace for myself, you know, you got Steezo, the celebrity, but then you got Amber, and Amber has to stay in tune and in touch with Amber so Steezo can be, you know, the groundbreaking artist that she is. So like I said, that's just keeping it for myself, just, you know, having something for me.
Steezo, you just took this interview to a whole different level. I didn't even expect you to reference Amber, your actual birth name, and I like the way you put that in context because it's so important for people to realize that you are an artist, but you're also a real person. You just humanized who you are as a real individual on the big screen, in the studio, but also pushing your cart at the grocery store.
At the grocery store.
Absolutely.
And that can get crazy too. It's been a few times where I'm out just doing normal things and in places where I wouldn't expect people to know me, and they like, Steezo! And I'm like, man, my hair isn't combed. Like, what do I even have on right now? And it's like still like for a picture. And you know, you get used to it. It's fun. I still love it, but it's two different people. Steezo is Steezo and Amber is Amber. And although Amber, you know, created Steezo, and Amber is Steezo, ultimately there's just, like I say, a little piece that's just me, and that most people, like I think you've met her, you know,
yes.
but
yes.
It's, you know, it's a treat when you meet Amber. It's a little different.
I love Amber, and I love Steezo as well.
Yeah.
And I like the way you separated the personalities, and you talked about the root of who you are, the essence of who you are. Yeah. As we prepare to wrap up, this has been wonderful. You've given us a lot of nuggets during this segment of Chop It Up with the Chairman. Before we leave, Steezo, I want you to take a moment. If there were three, I like to talk in threes. If there were three things that you would give as an encouraging piece to the audience, and people who are watching this segment of Chop It Up with the Chairman, young people or anyone for that matter who is out there thinking about arts, culture, entertainment, leadership, politics, community service, a dream, a passion, a gift, what would you say, three things you would say to encourage those folks who are watching?
Love yourself, believe in yourself, and take the gifts that God gives you seriously. Yeah, and fourth one, I'll leave it at that. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Well, you know, this show is very authentic. We're not in Hollywood, California. We're not in New York. We're right here in Rockdale County. So I want to hear that fourth one.
So I said, love yourself, believe in yourself, take the gifts that God gave you seriously, and be kind to every single person that you meet, because you never know what somebody is going through. And then you never know when you might need that person in the long run. The industry and industries are small, okay? So always be kind, always be loving. And if you make a mistake, forgive yourself and try again. So that was about 6, huh?
Well, listen, all of those nuggets and what you did with those last few was about humanity, and humility and being real, because oftentimes people forget. And I talk about that when I talk about the three ugly E's, emotions, egos, and entitlement. And oftentimes people get sidetracked and they forget. They get the big head and they forget to be humble and have a sense of humility. But you made it real and brought it home. That's what Chop It Up with the Chairman is all about, making sure that we're meeting people on an everyday level here in our community. We have so many talented people here in Rockdale County. You are one of so many beautiful gems that we have in Rockdale County. I always close out the segment wanting to know a few things, and as we wrap up, I'm going to ask you what I ask everybody else. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Red is your favorite color. All right, okay, all right. What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Pizza is your favorite food?
Or hot wings. They battle. They battle.
You're between hot wings and pizza. Okay, they're running neck and neck.
True Atlanta person.
All right. Red, pizza, and hot wings. Let me ask this question. Who is your favorite artist?
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Absolutely.
Tell us why.
Beyonce is a strong woman who fights for what she believes in. Her music and the composition of it, super strong, and she's one of the greatest entertainers of all time. I've never screamed like that at a concert in my life, or paid that much money for a ticket.
Beyonce made you scream?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I lose my mind at Beyonce concerts. Yeah.
Folks, you've been watching another segment of Chop It Up with the Chairman here in Rockdale County. We are rich with a heritage and a history of so many talented people that make Rockdale County rocking and rolling. I'm Chairman Oz Nesbitt. Until the next time on Chop It Up with the Chairman, you're watching Channel 23.